Alright, my fellow global players, we have a lot of banners releasing very soon on Global Dokkan to look forward to, and while some of them have a lot of value and you should be looking forward to them, most of them are absolutely useless and should be the easiest skip ever. So I did want to dedicate a video to going over all of the new banners coming to Global Dokkan and which ones you should summon for. Now I do want to clarify one thing before we get into any of the banners. On the schedule for some of these banners, we don't really know for sure what that's looking like. So for example, this Super Saiyan 4 Goku, it's definitely possible he could be the next Dokkan Fest on Global Dokkan, but then there's also a shot he's going to end up releasing like a month from now. We don't really know for sure what the schedule for him's looking like, because if we go off of the previous year's, I guess like Tanabata LR and then the Dragon Ball Heroes Celebration, you can see we got the Heroes Celebration the 22nd, and then we got the Tanabata LR the 28th. So we got the Tanabata LR after the Heroes Celebration, but then the year before that, we got the Tanabata LR first. So you can see he released the 4th of November, and then we got his full celebration, and then after that was all said and done, that led into Dragon Ball Heroes, which was the 25th. So in terms of like how they normally do this, they don't normally do like a certain pattern. They just kind of do it at random. Sometimes the Tanabata LR is before Heroes, sometimes it's after. So for this year, I'm just going to say it's going to be before, because that's at least what I'm hoping for. Because if we do end up getting Super Trunks next on Global Dokkan, that means that there's going to be like a week or two where it's extremely dry. Because then at that point, we're just waiting for the Heroes Celebration that did confirm to release November 21st. So I'm just going to go with what I hope is going to happen, and we get Super Saiyan 4 Goku next, because then that means we're not going to have like an insanely dead week or two. And then, you know, me being a Dokkan YouTuber, it's nice when there's not a dead week, because then I can actually make, you know, videos. So I'm hoping he's releasing next on Global. That's going to be what I'm assuming for this video, but keep in mind, there's a really good shot we see Super Trunks next on Global instead of Super Saiyan 4 Goku. But anyway, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, is his banner good? Yes, this is one of the banners that does have a lot of value. So Super Saiyan 4 Goku himself, I mean, I'm saying he's at least top 5. You could make an argument he's top 3. You could probably make an argument he's the best unit in the game just because he's on a lot of teams. You know, it's a Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And he's on a lot of weak teams as well. Stuff like Exploding Rage, Full Power. He's on Giant 8 Power, which actually is about to be massively buffed for the Hero Celebration. So definitely, like, summoning on his banner is useful just because he's a very good unit and he's on a lot of weak teams and a lot of really good teams. And then his banner has some value as well. So we got the banner unit Baby. This isn't really going to make a lot of sense what I'm about to say, but bear with me here. I've said this in a couple previous videos. So he's pretty mid, but because his teams are so bad, even if he's just a little bit good, you know, like I said, he's kind of mid, he's still very useful on those teams. So him being somewhat useful in some situations, maybe if you bring him, I don't know, type advantage in a difficult event, is still very useful for his teams because his teams suck. You know, GT bosses, artificial life forms, all that. So definitely for what they were going for, they kind of failed. But for his teams, he's a pretty good unit. So he's pretty alright. I would say he's not the worst banner unit we've had, especially as of recently. So he's definitely solid. And then we got the Gammas. I don't really think I need to explain to you that the Gammas are absolutely insane. We got Dokkan Fest Pan, still a very good unit. She's got that damage reduction in slot 1. And if you do end up pulling the new Goku, you can run him next to the Pan. And then obviously she's going to stack even quicker. And then her active skill is going to hit like a nuke. I'm talking like Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku levels of like nuking on, you know, her active skill. So she's actually pretty useful in terms of her damage. Vegeta and Trunks still insane. Goku and Vegeta, I mean, if I'm being honest, they have fallen off a lot. They still have that Scouter, which is really useful. They still have that damage reduction, which is useful. Damage reduction is a very good mechanic to have. It makes them age very well. But unfortunately, their defense is just kind of low. However, I could see them easying potentially within the next year or two. So if you end up pulling them, I mean, that might not be the worst thing. And there's still some events they could be useful for. If you run them type advantage, they can be kind of good. But mainly that Scouter. I would say the Scouter is the main use you have for them, but they definitely have aged. So they're not necessarily good by any means, but they have certain uses with some of the things in their kit. And then next we got the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I honestly still like this guy. He sucks. There's no way you're running him in difficult events, but I still think he's a fun unit. He's got that super attack counter, and obviously he has that Easy A incoming very soon. I'm willing to bet he's going to Easy A within the next like year and a half. So if you don't have him, pulling him definitely would be good. Same thing with the Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta. I definitely see them Easy Aing very soon. And then the full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I would say he's the only unit on this banner that if you pull, it's just kind of an L. Like, this guy already got his Easy A. He really wasn't that great. And he's just kind of a mid-release all around. So he is kind of the shaft of this banner, but every other unit, if you don't have them, could be good because they could potentially be getting an easy A, or they're already very good. So definitely very good banner. Like I said, I do recommend throwing a couple multis on this banner, especially if you do want the Super Saiyan 4 Goku. But then after the Super Saiyan 4 Goku's banner, that should lead into just the Tanabata banner, or I guess like the thank you celebration banner. I don't really know what Global calls this banner, but this is the banner where the 8th year anniversary LRs do return. So if you want to buy them with red coins, 100% I do recommend you doing that. But in terms of actually summoning on this banner, no, just don't summon, because you've got a shot at pulling physical Omega Shenron. And while he has some use, because I guess the same reasons I said the Banner Unit Baby was good, he's on some really weak teams. I guess this guy does also have the same weak teams as him, but I don't know, man. He's not really that great. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, I guess he's solid. AGL Evolution Blue Vegeta, he kind of sucks. UI Goku's good. I skipped over him. He's pretty good still. Physical Broly kind of sucks. I mean, he's pretty good if you got him easy aid. These guys need their easy aid too. So, I mean, I guess if you do want to summon, I mean, there's a shot you can pull some good units. You got these 3 guys, or these 4 guys, really. Vegeta and Trunks, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, GT Duo, and then Z Duo all in the same banner. It does have some value. And then you got this guy who's really good as well. But I feel like every other unit, other than those, 5 units I just mentioned, they're not really that great. And honestly, I feel like it's just an easy skip. You just buy the 8th year anniversary LRs with red coins if you want to buy them with red coins. And then that's your only value on this banner. Other than that, you should skip, because most of these units you probably have, they've been featured on a lot of banners, and they're just not that amazing. If you really want Super Saiyan 4 Goku, how about you actually summon on his banner? I feel like that makes a little bit more sense. But still not the worst banner. Like I said, there's a little bit of value with the 8th year anniversary LRs in terms of buying them with red coins. And then next up, unfortunately, there is one more banner for this Tanabata celebration. I say unfortunately because is the biggest fumble of the year in my opinion. So we got the Carnival LR Omega Shenron. By no means is he bad. I think they definitely made him maybe kind of good enough, but not really, because he's just not good enough. I mean, I don't know why I said he was kind of good enough. He's not. They made him heavily restricted to the GT Bosses team, which is fine, but even when you have all those restrictions activated, he's still not that amazing. I think he can only get to around 50% damage reduction, which sounds good, but you need that level of damage reduction with good defense. And unfortunately, his defense isn't bad, but it isn't really good either. And his banner, so bad. Do not summon on this banner. Please, for the sake of everything, do not summon on this banner. Even if you pull Omega Shenron, alright, cool. Who are you going to run him with? What, are you going to run him on GT Bosses? Okay, you could run him next to the Easy A LR Baby. Who else are you going to put on the team? Ice and Nova Shenron? What, you gonna put physical Nova Shenron on the team? There's basically no good units on GT Bosses except for Omega Shenron or the Easy A LR Baby. So do not summon for this guy whatsoever. His banner sucks, as you can see. Only other good unit is the Carnival LR Goku, and that just means there's 2 good units on this banner. Other than these 2 units, you're basically just relying on the unfeatured LRs to pull anyone good. So very, very, very bad value. This is one of those banners you're going to want to skip. So yeah. But moving on to the next banner, we got Dragon Ball Heroes. So I just got my little community post for my YouTube channel pulled up. We don't know exactly what the banner lineup's going to look like. We know we're getting a Super Saiyan 3 Goku Black that transforms. We're getting a Vegito that has an active skill, the Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. We're getting a free-to-play Toa. She's not going to be on the banner. And then these Dokkan Awakenings, well, technically they're going to be on the banner, but they're not featured on the banner. So these are the 2 units we know that are going to be featured. Honestly, I mean, y'all could skip if y'all want. There's not going to be, like, insane value on this banner, because while these units are typically pretty good, they're not, like, Dokkan Festival LR level. Like, I'm willing to bet Super Saiyan 4 Goku is going to be way better than anyone featured on, you know, the Heroes banner. But me, personally, they seem very exciting. Even off of these 2 units alone, I'm already, like, completely down to spend all my stones on this banner. So I'm going balls deep in this banner just because the hype of it, because, you know, Dokkan's a summoning game. If there's a unit that excites you, you gotta summon on the banner. So me personally, I'm absolutely summoning on this, but I could definitely see some people skipping this just because, like I said, there is potential for the banner to not have that much value. Maybe all of these units are restricted to the Heroes team, and it's not like you're ever really running the Heroes team. So there is some value to skip this banner, but then there is also some value to summon, because let's say Super Saiyan 3 Goku Black isn't restricted to a Heroes team, then you know who he'd be good next to. You know, obviously the LR Fuse Zamasu. So there is value in summoning, but like I said, there's also value in skipping. We really just have to see the details for the units and then the other units that are going to be featured on the banner. But as it stands, me personally, I'm definitely summoning. And then after Heroes, if we end up getting Super Saiyan 4 Goku before Heroes, then we would get Trunks after the Hero Celebration. The Trunks banner is the easiest skip ever. Trunks is kind of decent. I mean, he's got some good things in his kit. He's got guard. When you go into Super Trunks, he gets like those crits, he gets the additionals, and he has the guaranteed guard for the first couple turns, so he's pretty good. But his banner is just an easy skip. Maybe if you want to buy Super 17 with red coins, I guess I get that because they're on some pretty weak teams and they're actually pretty good. But other than him, no. Just no. Please don't summon, because this banner is just not good enough. And that's pretty much it with this guy. I mean, just not good enough banner, right? And then next, we should be getting the 17 and 18 banner. I actually don't know if this is coming right after the Super Trunks celebration, but sometime after the Super Trunks celebration, we get the 17 and 18's banner. They do actually have a pretty solid banner, so they're a pretty good unit. They're a good support, and they're really good for a lot of these Universe Survival Saga teams. And then Kale is pretty good as well. She is restricted to Universe 6 team, but I'm telling you, just wait till we get an LR Kefla and LR Hit, those kind of units, and then she's going to be busted. So right now, she's still pretty good, but her teams need a little bit of help, and you could assume we would get that, like I said, with an LR Kefla or an LR Hit or something like that. And then also we have God Goku. Same thing with like the Gammas. I don't really need to explain God Goku. He's just insane. We have Pat the Power Goku. Still actually a really good unit, especially if you have the banner unit Android 8. That's definitely a very good rotation. Got Kale and Caulifla. Yeah, they suck. And then we got Dokkan Fest Videl. Actually, she's kind of good considering her age, but she needs an easy A, and she'll probably get one relatively soon. But the reason why Kale and Caulifla just kind of suck is because they suck, and they're probably not going to easy A for a long time. So I would say the only real value on this banner is probably 17, 18, Kale, God Goku, and then Pat the Power Kid Goku. So if you're summoning just for one of these units specifically, obviously just buy them with red coins. I know most people are probably going to buy God Goku with red coins, but if you do want to summon a little, I could probably understand because there is some value on this banner. And then after this banner, skip. And then sometime after Ribrianne, that should lead into New Year's. So then New Year's is going to release around the 28th of December. I've got the LR Gohan pulled up from the previous New Year's celebration because, of course, he was one of the Dokkan Fest LRs. So then the time he released should be around the same time we get New Year's for this year. So around the 28th is when we can expect it, 28th of December. I'm hoping for maybe like a Tournament of Power celebration. Maybe LR UI Goku and then LR Jiren, something like that. I feel like that'd be pretty exciting. But there definitely is other exciting things we could get because New Year's typically does have very hype stuff. So keep that in mind. I know the main banners you're probably thinking of summoning on right now. You know, Super Saiyan 4 Goku because he's hype and has a good banner. And then probably like the Heroes banner. But keep in mind, we do have that really exciting New Year's celebration, obviously at the end of this year when New Year's is. So those three things are the main banners I would recommend you saving for and summoning on, just because those have the most value in terms of the new units actually being good and then the banners actually being good. So I guess that pretty much has been the video. Let me know out of all the banners which one you are looking forward to the most, and let me know which one you are saving the most stones for. Me personally, like I said, this Heroes banner, I don't know why, but like a Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegito and a Super Saiyan 3 Goku Black, like, I gotta go balls deep in that banner. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but, like, it just seems extremely exciting, especially because these card arts are fire. But I'm gonna shut up. I could sit here and talk about the card arts of these Heroes units for, like, 30 minutes. So, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.